All right, this is Yalak again. It's March 20, 2017. And this is A New Dream Part 2. We're continuing from the last time of talking about Joshua and the changes that we need to make things happen in our life. Somehow we can't just sit down and die. We have to find a way to make things happen. Every time the Israelites were in captivity, they made things happen. No matter how bad it was, how long it took, they made things happen. If you are Israel, you've got to find a way as well to make things happen. All of us together have to find a way to make things happen. There's no way to rise up if you don't rise up. And that's what Israel did all the time when they were down. Eventually, they rose. Judges chapter 7. And let's look at verse 12 to 15. I think I really need 15. Let me just read from verse 12 just to give a little idea of what's going on. And the Midianites and the Amalekites and all the children of the east lay along in the valley like grasshoppers for multitude, and their camels were without number. So it was a lot of them, as the sand by the seaside for multitude. And when Gideon was come, behold, there was a man that told a dream unto his fellow, and said, Behold, I dreamed a dream, and lo, a cake of barley bread tumbled into the host of Midian, and came unto a tent, and smote it that it fell, and overturned it that the tent lay along. Meaning the tent was prostrate, it was just down on the ground, not standing up, it can't be used anymore. It's this thing is done for. And his fellow answered and said, This is nothing else save the sword of Gideon, the son of Joash, a man of Israel. For into his hand hath the Most High delivered Midian and all the host. And it was so, when Gideon heard the telling of the dream and the interpretation thereof, that he worshipped and returned into the host of Israel, and said, Arise, for the Most High hath delivered into your hand the host of Midian. Now look at this. When Gideon heard the telling of the dream, it did something to him. Let's look here at the word for dream in verse 15. Chalom, and it comes from, it's talking about the dreaming, just a normal dream or prophetic dream. It comes from another word, chalam, and it says here it means to dream ordinary or to dream in a prophetic manner. And they go on talking some more. It's interesting here to note something that I've always passed over. But it's telling here that this word here, dream, chalam, is also talking about being healthy and being strong. And you remember in part 1, I was talking about the Most High saying being strong, and I said that they didn't change it. The Most High, He is strong, of course, He passes on that strength to all of us, and that's just how we're supposed to be, but we left off of it. But He says, be healthy, be strong, to restore to health. Dream means to restore to health. So when he heard this dream, Gideon right away begins to think, aha, so there is some victory now. Now this word chalam, when you take a look at what it really means, what it's really saying is that the Most High already did some activity within the tent or in the on the position or side of the enemy to give you the victory, Gideon, over the enemy. He already did some activity, with the tumbling of the bread and it knocked down the tent. He's saying, I already did the activity. I already brought chaos onto them. I already took them down. And so now, as I was mentioning in part 1, when you have the understanding come inside of you, you understand that the activity that you need to happen in your life on the outer is an activity that is already embedded in the word of the Most High, in the possibility of the Most High. It's already inside the word that the Most High gives, and He says all the time to Israel, be strong, don't be dismayed, don't faint, I will not leave you, because the activity is put already and embedded inside the very word that you receive. We've got so much understanding of commandment keeping, and we're learning more and more. We're buying more books, we're doing more teaching, more seminars, and we learn another time about the commandments, another time about the commandments. We got to somehow match the commandments with our understanding of what it means to not be dismayed. Because I promise you, no matter how much they tell you got to keep the commandments to be victorious and to be blessed, when you go home after hearing that, you are still dismayed, even though you just heard that. Even though you just heard about keeping the commandments, you still get dismayed. Why? Because something is missing. I mean, it's not just as simple as it sounds that they've been telling you. You must do something to your mind as well, or you will even stop keeping the commandments. Your mind must move up to a level where you understand that the thing is going to happen, because you will go keep the commandments and you follow the holy days as much as you can, but because your mind isn't there, then when something comes along your way that you feel is challenging and you don't see any way that it can work out, you just go break the Sabbath just because you need to work this out. You just go break the holy days just because you need to work this out yourself, because you might be keeping the holy days, but your mind isn't at the level where you trust that it will still come to pass the way that you pray and believe. So the mind is actually what needs to be changed. And I've said before that what happened in the Garden of Eden with that serpent was just a battle for the mind. It's your mind that must be taken down. And the trick is to let you think that the commandment is where it is all at. Oh, they broke the command in the garden, they ate from the fruit, so that's... No. Before they broke the command, the mind was broken. It's the mind that was overcome that let them take from the fruit. The mind was what was overcome that let them break the command. The mind of Israel was broken down before they decided to break the commandments and drop off of keeping Torah. It's the mind. And so you can return to you're just keeping the commandments like a dummy. Like, oh, it's just a Sabbath, so it's just a Sabbath. Oh, it's a holiday, so I gotta be present. But the mind still hasn't changed, because understanding has not yet reached deep enough in the mind to understand that it's not commandment keeping alone. It's mind plus commandment keeping that work together. Now let's look at this commentary on Judges chapter 7, verse 9 to 14 and see what it's saying here. The account of a dream which Gideon overhears during his reconnaissance is a sort of story which a commander would gladly be able to report to his troops in order to stir them into zeal for the imminent battle. So when he hears that, he basically is like, yeah, this is what does he do? He starts to do something to the mind of the people. He stirs them up. With the dream that he heard, it will bring the people's mind to a place where they know victory is sure. So he tells them the Most High has already done activity over in the Midian's side of things to give the victory to us. They're already done for. Once they hear that now, their mind says victory is already ours. Because there's no way for the Most High to show up on the side of the Midians and come out of there with no victory. He went over there and he brought chaos unto them. So Gideon passes that on to the people. So this now is telling us that by a dream, Gideon knew, okay, we got the victory. A fresh new dream came up that lets you think it is possible, but you walk around sad and depressed. Whereas Gideon lifted the spirits of the people with the dream. What's so different between us today and them back there? It's the set of the mind. We don't break from thoughts of our captivity. We don't break from anything. We, in a sense, we got it tough, because they were living in times when they saw the Most High being so active by doing this and that to get them out of this captivity, let water come under for rock, they saw this stuff all the time. They saw the stuff all the time that the Most High was doing. You and I, we don't have those literal physical acts of the Most High in order to stir our faith. But the Most High put it here in the scriptures, showing us that faith is stirred by word. So he lets Gideon hear the word, and then the people heard the word of Gideon when he passed on the dream unto them. And by a word about a dream, they said, yeah, we got the victory in our hearts. So when we today don't have those physical acts that we wish we could see, we have it more difficult. But because the Most High is saying to us today, you cannot be Israel if you don't trust in a word. You see what he has done to us? I mean, this whole thing for us started up with a word anyway, because the first thing he did was with Abraham was give him a word of promise. The promise was locked up in the word. And at the very end, we're seeing that our promise is locked up in a word as well while we are in captivity. Ain't nothing different at the end from how it started. It's still a word. And why are you saying we're the children of Abraham if he believed the word, but you can't believe it, and I can't believe it? Somehow we got to find a way to crack this thing about faith and belief and trust. 1 Samuel 28:15. Because Gideon got that dream and it changed everything right there for everyone. Because a dream is your rescue. You understand what I'm saying? A dream is your rescue. Your rescue is locked up in your dream. Run over to 1 Samuel chapter 28 and verse 15. And Samuel said to Saul, dealing with King Saul here now, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me, and the Most High is departed from me. He answereth me no more, neither by prophets, nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do. Yeah. The dream that you have is where your victory comes out of. And back then, they understood it. It's by a dream. Even with Joseph saying, I had a dream. I had a dream. And they hated him for his dream. Because your victory is tied up in the dream that you have. If you don't have a dream, you better start dreaming something right now. You better start dreaming something tonight. You better dream something again tomorrow. You better dream something next month. You better dream until the thing comes to pass. Your victory is tied up in your dream. Your possibility comes in a word that's in your dream. Everything that you want, it has to come by way of a dream, where you dream about the Most High doing something, where you dream how possible it is. Samuel here is dealing, the text is saying about a case where Saul is like, hey, he doesn't answer me by a prophet. He doesn't give me any kind of word. He doesn't even answer me by dream. Why? Because even Saul understood that if I can just have a dream from the Most High, if I can just get a dream, he might just communicate something to me. Saul is saying, I don't even get a dream anymore. I don't even get a dream. Why? Because he understood that the Most High communicates in dreams. And I've told you that dreams deal with dreams come in different ways. It's just going to come like a regular normal dream. It can have come in a prophetic manner where there's just this strong kind of talk from the Most High and this sensation. Adam actually sensed the Most High. I have to talk about that some other time. But, the Bible says that Adam heard the voice of the Most High walking in the garden. So that's like some kind of a dreamlike state, right? Where it's not just the regular, like you just hear somebody talking. Adam had sensations. So the dream here is speaking of something that's happening on the inside, where you have connected on a level that can only be described as spirit. Where in your spirit, you sense that something is possible. You sense the Most High is approaching. You sense something. And in that something that you sense, you hear a word. A word about your deliverance. When you dream like that, you hear a word from the Most High telling you from someplace deep on the inside that which you think of right now in your dream, as you think about what the Most High can do, it is possible. You need to get a dream, because a dream is dealing with your restoration. You got to dream something new. Go back and dream again. Dream of your recovery. Dream of you getting out of your sickness, because a dream deals with recovery and health, as I pointed out earlier. Go back and rewind and listen to it again. A dream is talking about your recovery. your recovery, your health, it's coming back. You got to dream like you are getting out. You got to dream like this thing is over. You got to dream like you're going to pass through. You're going to dream like you're not going to stay here in this spot forever. You got to dream like one day I'm going to look back and know that I am not where I was. I'm past it now. I've come through it because I had a dream one day and I'm coming out of this. Go back and dream again. Get some new kind of dream if you don't have any. If you've been frustrated in the past, start to dream again. Get a new dream, and this time dream how possible it is. This time dream that I'm getting out. Dream in the morning when you get up. Dream in the day when you're at work. Dream at night when you lay down to sleep. Dream when you get up in the morning and say, I'm getting out. Because if it's in your dream that you get out, you're going to get out in real life.